told you, I try not to make it too long. I know it's been about a couple weeks since I made the last video. And this video is going to be about the residual effects of narcissism. And what I mean by residual is that all the stuff that I believe, I guess you could say, all the stuff that's affected you from childhood on up with your narcissistic parent, whether it be both parents, or one of the parents, and you guys know the drill. It's just residual effects. It's like stuff that affects you even after you've gotten over the narcissistic abuse that you've been subjected to with your narcissistic mother or both parents. But of course, those of you that's followed me for a very long time know that I have a very narcissistic mother, and my late father, which I lost 6 years ago to cancer, to lung cancer. That was stage 4. He was the enabler. And let's think about all the residual effects. I mean, once you overcame it, once you know and come to an understanding what has happened to you, and you empower yourself, you watch all the narcissistic, the channels about narcissism, and you start to really relate to every person that has their own channel about this subject matter. You start relating more and more, and that becomes part of your healing right there. Just knowing that you're not the only one. Everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own experiences. But getting back to residuals, I mean, once you've empowered yourself, you know and understand what's happened to you, and you start rebuilding your life. Once you go no contact with your narcissist, and once you just kind of basically just flipping the bird and just go on with your life and go on taking it day by day, one brick at a time, and going through therapy or whatever it is that you feel that you need to do to rebuild yourself or reinvent yourself, which is something I have done. But those effects are stuff like confidence in how you feel about yourself, confidence in decision making, more like, and stuff like overthinking, doubting yourself, not sure about something, you're halfway sure about something, but something in the back of your mind, that little tape displays in your head about what your narcissistic parent has drilled into your head, that you're an idiot, or you'll never amount to anything, you're going to be a loser, or you're stupid, whatever. You know what I mean. So stuff like doubting yourself, confidence, second guessing yourself, don't think you can accomplish anything because your narc beat that in your head ever since you were a kid on up. And those of you that follow me for a very long time know what I've been through. I've been through the ringer. I'm coming around as far as rebuilding my confidence, and I don't second guess myself hardly anymore. Maybe once in a while I just have to catch myself and say, hey, you know this, you got this. And I have to encourage myself, hey, you got this, you got it. And it's just something you have to work within yourself. I mean, you've gotten this far as knowing and understanding what has happened to you. And especially with me having the narcissistic mother that I have. And unfortunately, she's still living. I don't know if she's living well or not, but to the best of my knowledge, I know she's still living. And do I feel sorry for my bio sisters? No. Because my narc mom has really reprogrammed them. But don't mean to get off the subject matter, but think about all the effects that has affected you here, intellectually, and how you look and think about yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. All those things that reflect or really affect how you feel about yourself. And mine has been confidence. Like I said, my confidence is really coming around. And it's a lot of work. And there's going to be times when you're going to fall down. But you just got to pick yourself back up. It's just like losing weight. You say, oh, well, I ate too much or took in way too many calories, or I ate too much junk and I know I shouldn't have. Well, just pick yourself back up and get back on that wagon. And that's something I had to do. And like I said, I very rarely second guess myself. And all the things that I have a passion for, especially for bowling, I have really overanalyzed myself, which is another residual effect. You sit there and you overanalyze things, think too much, and you want to become good at something. Just like I want to become very good with bowling, and Lord knows I've been bowling for 21 years. And as far as becoming professional, I'd like to be, but I look at it this way: I put it in God's hands. If it's meant for me to become pro, the opportunities will come. If it's not meant to be, then God always has something bigger and better in store for me. It may not be what I want or what I thought it would come out to be, or not what I quite expect, but it's something that God knows that's in my heart. And I would also have to say that I guess somewhat residual effect, even though I haven't had the greatest mother. But once you believe, I said, well, but I had to get to both, I guess, somewhat credit to both. I mean, they were both narcs, but it's one thing that they put into me that they sure in the heck didn't raise a dumbass. That's about the only credit that I can give. And the only other thing that I can give my narc mom some credit for, I give credit where credit's due, is she basically taught me to have very nice handwriting. So that's the only credit I can give to her. All the other bullshit, for those of you that's followed me for a long time, you know the story. But it's just fighting those residual effects that's been beaten into your head from the time that you're a kid till you become an adult, and then you really realize what the hell's happened to you. Understanding narcissism and empowering yourself, educating yourself, and doing what you need to do to rebuild your life and reinvent yourself. A good part of that is just fighting those residual effects, and you know where it came from. The triggers. That's what I should say. All the triggers. And that's all residual. Certain things. And you just have to fight your way through it. You gotta step back for a moment and say, hey, wait a minute, I know where this is coming from. That's my narc mom's voice. And sometimes I had to say, narc mom, fuck you. That's not me. I know who I am. And that there comes from strength. Rebuilding that strength within you. And you'll get there. It's taken me a long time just to even come around with my confidence. And now that the job that I have complete confidence. And just getting appreciated by the people that I serve, and getting great compliments from my boss. That's revenge there to my narcissistic family, who really thought I couldn't succeed in anything. That's their karma coming back to them. It's just by living my life well and exceeding in the job that I have. But do I really think about those triggers or certain things? I mean, like how I handle them now. The first thing is you just acknowledge where it comes from. When you get hit with a residual effect, something that requires a decision or something that you know, but then somewhere in the back of your head, what's that little bit of doubt? And it's just a wall you have to fight through. You got to bust through that wall and say, screw this. I got this. I know what I'm doing. You just got to tell that narcissistic, motherly voice to go fuck off and say, look out. Here comes the new and improved and stronger me. So, I hope all of you all are really finding your way back to the person that you know that you can be. Find your way back to what you know you're capable of doing. And fighting all those residual effects, I believe you're going to be fighting those for the rest of your life. But as long as you know where it comes from, you have accomplished something, and that is strength. Just the strength and the wisdom and knowledge, and you just know how to just bust right through it and walk through it as if it didn't exist. And that's where I'm at with my recovery right now. I've been going through some therapy here and there. If it's one thing I've learned from therapy is, and I remember it to this day, when I used to go to therapy the first time, and the therapist said to me, do you really want everybody to like you? Really? In other words, if I want everybody to like me, there's going to be a cost. And that cost is losing who I am. And I thought to myself, like, you know what? No. I don't have to compromise who I am for people to like me. If they don't like me, screw them. That's their problem, not mine. Just walk on. For those of you that are newly subscribed to my channel, I always welcome you. And anybody else that finds my channel with loving and open arms, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I have been responding to as many comments as they come to me. And I appreciate and thank you all for watching. I think I'll most likely will do another video about the golden child. The narcissistic golden child. And maybe have a mix in there about all the other narc sisters that are in this. But that would be next video. But anyway, I hope all of you all are doing well. And keep coming with your comments. If you have any questions, anything that you may want me to do a video on, you could either shoot me a private message. Most likely the best response would just be to shoot me an email at maryallen7079@yahoo.com. That would be the best way that you can get a good response from me. I check my emails several times a day when I can. So, anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. And I'm still here. And that's something that I encourage each and every one of you to look at yourself and say, hey, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not going to let these residual effects from my narcissistic mother beat me. I'm better and I'm stronger than that. And I got this. This is where my mental strength is right now. And I encourage each and every one of you, if I can do it, you could do it. So anyway, this is Mary Allen signing off. I wish you love, peace, and happiness. And those of you that are new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Take care.